E.N.D here. Innistrad Crimson Vow has an interesting returning mechanics for zombies. Exploit. Exploit is a keyword ability introduced first in Dragons of Tarkir, where it was the signature ability of the Blue-Black clan Simulgar. Exploit is usually found on creatures, and when a creature with exploit enters the battlefield, the player may sacrifice a creature. Each creature with exploit has another ability that gives the player a benefit when it exploits, sacrifice a creature. Let me show you how to play exploit. Let's build the battlefield, let's put that to represent the stack, and let's put some creatures. We need some creatures in play. At this stage, for my demonstration, I'm going to use a card spoiled for Crimson Vow, Overcharge Amalgam for 2 and 2 blue. It has flash, it has flying, it has exploit. When it exploits a creature, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. This is the card that I'm going to use for this particular demonstration. It's my opponent's turn, and she's going to cast Coma Cosmos Serpent, a very dangerous creature. So my opponent casts Coma Cosmos Serpent goes on the stack. At this stage, there can be a counter, there can be a response, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to respond with Overcharge Amalgam. It has flash, therefore I can play it. It goes on the stack. There can be a counter, there can be a response, nothing happens, so it resolves and Overcharge Amalgam hits the battlefield. When it hits the battlefield, Exploit goes on the stack. At this stage, I have to decide if I'm going to sacrifice a creature or not, and I'm going to sacrifice a creature. Exploit resolves, and I'm going to sacrifice this zombie with decay. Zombie with decay, the sacrifice ability goes on the stack. Therefore, the second ability of Overcharge Amalgam goes on the stack with the sacrifice creature. Therefore, I can counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability, and I'm going to target Coma. Some notes: exploit will allow you to sacrifice only one creature. Therefore, you cannot choose multiple creatures to be sacrificed to have multiple exploits. You don't have to sacrifice a creature. You can decide to not sacrifice a creature or to sacrifice a creature. And finally, the creature with exploits need to be still on the battlefield as you sacrifice the creature in order for that second ability, that is, when this creature exploits a creature, to trigger. If it's not on the battlefield, as its exploit ability resolves, you can still sacrifice the creature, but you will sacrifice for nothing. Okay, this last note is a little bit confusing, so let me show you how it's played. Let's build again the battlefield, let's put this to represent the stack, and let's put my original 3 creatures. My opponent will cast again Coma, so let's put Coma on the stack. I'm going to do a response with Overcharge Amalgam. Overcharge Amalgam is on the stack. Overcharge Amalgam resolves, and its exploit ability goes on the stack. At this stage, my creature can be targeted, and if my opponent plays an unsummon, let's say unsummons my Overcharge Amalgam, unsummon goes on the stack. So now on the stack there is unsummon, the exploit, and Coma. Unsummon resolves, my creature returns to my hand, exploits resolves. I need to decide if I'm going to sacrifice a creature or not. If I sacrifice a creature, the creature will be sacrificed for nothing. And at this stage, I will not sacrifice a creature. If Overcharge Amalgam was still on the battlefield, as soon as exploit resolves, therefore you decide if you sacrifice a creature or not, that second ability of Overcharge Amalgam will resolve and Coma will be countered. I hope this tutorial explains well how exploit works. Leave me a comment below what you think about exploit in standard, and hit the subscription button, subscribe for my channel for more and more interesting videos about Magic the Gathering and the collectible world.